Dear Mr. Worthington, thank you for your letter to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration's OSHA Directorate of Enforcement Programs. You have requested an interpretation of OSHA's standard 29 CFR 1910.119 Process Safety Management (PSM) of highly hazardous chemicals (HHC) regarding documenting facility siting study findings and recommendations. This letter constitutes OSHA's interpretation of the requirements discussed in the letter and may not be applicable to other questions not delineated within your original correspondence. Question: do recommendations from the Facility Siting Study Report need to be included on the Process Hazard Analysis (PHA) worksheet to be in compliance with 29 CFR 1910.119E51 and 29 CFR 1910.119E72? Response: no, the employer is not required to include findings and recommendations from the Facility Siting Study Report in the same PHA worksheet or recommendations log to comply with 29 CFR 1910.119E5 and 29 CFR 1910.119E7. 29 CFR 1910.119E3V requires an employer to address facility siting as part of the PHA. When facility siting studies are conducted to supplement a PHA, all findings and recommendations from the facility siting study must be documented, and the employer must ensure timely resolution of findings and recommendations as required in 29 CFR 1910.119E5. Since the PSM standard is performance-based, OSHA does not specify the way an employer documents, compiles, or tracks actions taken on PHAs or facility siting study findings and recommendations. Nevertheless, the employer's documented findings and recommendations from the facility siting study must be maintained and consistent with the employer system to promptly address those findings and recommendations as required in 29 CFR 1910.119E5 and 29 CFR 1910.119E7. Thank you for your interest in occupational safety and health. We hope you find this information helpful. OSHA's requirements are set by statute, standards, and regulations. Our letters of interpretation do not create new or additional requirements, but rather explain these requirements and how they apply to particular circumstances. This letter constitutes OSHA's interpretation of the requirements discussed. From time to time, letters are affected when the agency updates a standard, a legal decision impacts a standard, or changes in technology affect the interpretation. To ensure you are using the correct information and guidance, please consult OSHA's website at www.osha.gov. If you have further questions, please contact the Directorate of Enforcement Programs at 202-693-2100. Sincerely, Patrick J. Capist, Acting Director, Directorate of Enforcement Programs.